I just created this AI interior design app, and this is how it works. I can upload any room image. For example, I'll just upload this one. Now I can select the type of room, let's say a bedroom, and choose the furniture style I want, like Scandinavian. I can also change the wall color, flooring, and even the curtains. Once everything's set, the AI automatically generates a full room makeover. As you can see, on the left is the original photo, and on the right is the edited version. The AI completely redesigned the room, changed the wall color, added decor, lighting, and new furniture, all in one click. The amazing part is that I didn't use any external API key or paid model. This tool uses Nano Banana's AI interior design engine, and it's 100% free to use. And the best part, I'll show you how to connect your app to a database in an easy, step-by-step way. Alright, so if you want to build this app, here's exactly what I did. Step 1. I copied my first prompt and sent it to ChatGPT. This prompt is basically the foundation of the whole project. It tells ChatGPT to generate a full HTML file that builds the front end of the AI interior design app. That section of the process handles everything visual: the layout, buttons, theme, color system, and even how the app connects to Google's AI model for image editing. Then I just copied the code that ChatGPT gave me and pasted it straight into Gemini AI Studio. And that's it. The app was ready and running perfectly. I'll also share the exact prompt I used so you can customize it for your own app idea. You can modify the style, the features, or even the purpose of your app. And don't worry, I've added the full HTML code of my app in the description below, so you can explore it and build your version step by step. You don't have to spend anything to use this tool, since it was recently introduced by Google itself. It's built entirely within Google AI Studio, which allows you to create all kinds of applications with ease. What makes it stand out is that every Google API and AI service is already connected right inside the platform. So for example, if you ever want to include something like Google Maps in your app, it's already available to you. All you need to do is tell it what you want. For instance, build an app using Google Maps, and it will automatically generate that app based on your instructions. You don't have to deal with external API keys or third-party integrations, because everything is powered directly by Google's own infrastructure and services built into the tool. So someone just built this Google Maps application using Google Maps services. What you can do is, you can just give it a prompt, something like, "Where is the Eiffel Tower?" And then I can simply just press enter, and now it will just locate the Eiffel Tower in Paris, and then it will just move there automatically. So yeah, I mean, it's just a basic application, but it's something that someone just built using this tool by Google. So in my case, the application that I just built, it's not just simply using a basic AI API key, because here we are using that AI model to redesign certain parts of a room image, and for that, you need to add an editing functionality. You also need to make sure that the changes that are being done on that image are applied only to a certain part of the room, like the walls, furniture, or decor, and not the whole image. So I can just upload a room image, choose the type of room, like a bedroom or living room, and then select the furniture style, wall color, flooring, and curtains I want. Then, the AI automatically redesigns the entire room based on these choices. I can also download the source code of this application, because if you go and check it, you'll see that this is a proper React application. This is not just something very basic. This is a full React application, and we can deploy it really easily by just clicking the deploy button. After that, the app goes live, just like we do with Bolt or Lovable. So if you've been using Bolt or Lovable to create prototypes for your ideas, I think this Google tool completely outsmarts them, and also other web-based AI app developers, because all of Google's different services are already integrated into this tool. That's why building apps with Google services is so easy. Another thing is, this app uses Gemini 2.5 Pro to write code, which is probably one of the best AI models out there, after Claude Sonnet 4 or 4.1. One limitation is that you cannot build a backend inside this tool, because it only creates the front end for Google services. So the tool I just built is only a front-end application. It doesn't come with a backend, and you can't create a backend using this app. As it says here, the current application is designed as a client-side, front-end only experience. This environment can't run a back-end server like you might build with Node.js or Python. And it also can't connect to a persistent database like Postgres or MongoDB. So it's kind of useless to just make the front end of an application if you can't actually launch it, because you have no backend. But don't worry, I have a solution. Now I'm going to show you how to turn this basic front-end application that you built using this tool into something much more complete and functional. Now, to turn this into a complete, full-fledged, full-stack application, including your database, backend, authentication system, and everything else, here's what we do. First, we download the source code and open it inside a local AI code editor, like Cursor, KiloCode, or any similar editor. Then, we can use these AI code editors to build the additional components on top of the basic front-end application that we just created. So, here's my source code. I can simply download it from this platform. Once the download is complete, I just copy it and paste it into a folder on my computer. Then, I open the source code inside that folder in my local AI code editor. From there, I can copy the URL of this folder and use it to continue building and expanding the application. I've opened the folder inside VS Code. You can pick any AI coding assistant you like, for example, Client, KiloCode, or any other tool you prefer. In this case, we're using KiloCode. Normally I work with Augment Code, but KiloCode does the job perfectly here. Once the editor is open, I can give it a prompt to start interacting with the project. The prompt I'm giving it is, analyze this React project, understand its structure, and execute it. Right now, we're just telling the AI to read and run the project. Later, we'll instruct it to add a backend or integrate a database. For this, I'm using the QN3 coder. So you can use other cheaper models if you want, but honestly, for coding tasks, Claude Sonnet 4.5 is one of the best out there. You can also go with Gemini Pro 2.5 if you like, which is a bit cheaper than Claude Sonnet 4.5. Right now, KiloCode has just analyzed this project. Now, since we're running this project locally on our computer, we need to provide the API key ourselves to make it work. In the Google tool, it was applied automatically, but here we have to create an API key in Google AI Studio and then enter it to make the project functional. All right, so for now, what I'm going to do is just go back, and now you can see it's asking me to run the project. I'll just go ahead and run it. I haven't added the API key yet, but let's just check if our front end is working. And there we go. The task is complete, and our project is running on localhost 3000. Let's wait a moment for it to load, and perfect. The project is running locally. Now, I can go back and set up the environment variable. If you look inside env.local, this is where I need to add my Gemini API key. Where do you get that? You just go back to your Google AI Studio, and there you can copy your Gemini API key and paste it here. All right, so here we are in Google AI Studio. All I need to do is click on Get API Key, and then I can create a new key. I'll just copy an existing API key for now. Once you've added your API key here, you're all set. Now you can move forward and start building the backend for this application. So to handle the backend, you can just use Supabase directly. You can set up a Postgres database for your app and easily create all the backend components using Supabase's ready-made tools. This way, you can have a full stack application with data management and authentication without needing any extra platforms. If you want to add authentication, you can use Clerk, and for payments, you can integrate Stripe. Since your project is running locally and you're working with an AI coding agent, it's really easy to add any services or components you need. This way, you get a lot more flexibility. If you use platforms like Bolt or Lovable, you usually need a monthly subscription. Yes, you can build the backend for your app there, but you'll still have to keep paying every month just to keep your app running and live. Honestly, I think this method works much better. You can start by building a simple prototype inside this tool or any similar platform, then download the source code and open it on your computer. From there, you can continue developing it using any AI code editor and build whatever you want. After that, you can easily deploy your project on Netlify without paying every month, since Netlify offers free hosting up to a certain limit. This makes it super easy to host all your personal projects. I really hope you learned something useful from this tutorial. If you found this tutorial helpful, please make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit that like button. And of course, if you have any questions or thoughts, just drop them in the comments section below.